2014, while my mom is shopping at Target, buying food for my family, I snuck off next door to GameStop to see what new was in store. And right at the front of the store, the brand new Wii U, and a demo for one of the Wii U's most iconic games of all time, one of the only titles that single-handedly kept them afloat during that generation, Game & Wario. For reasons I still do not understand, my childlike mind was captivated by the Kung Fu minigame. So much so, I ran back into Target to beg my mom for one of these for my birthday, which she promptly said, no. But my prayers would be answered that Christmas, where under that Christmas tree would be a Wind Waker Wii U. And with my Christmas money, I would go on not to buy Game & Wario. In fact, I completely forgot about this game until a week ago when I saw it at GameStop. Consoles are only as strong as their best games. If you grew up with consoles, there was probably one time or another you saw or tried a game that made such an impact on you that it made you say, damn, I really want a Wii U. I don't think humanity as a whole has ever felt this effect more than when Wii Sports came out. This is one of the only video games that truly transcends every barrier of entry when it comes to video games. It didn't matter how old you were, how young, if you were a 10th Prestige veteran or never touched a video game in your entire life. It was so easy to look at the screen, watch someone play, and jump right in. Whether it was tennis with your brother, bowling with your mother, or boxing your 93-year-old grandfather, everyone not only got it, but it was fun. I knew families who would gift Wiis just so they could have their own Wii Sports machine. It still holds up to this day. The controls are super responsive and it feels organic as it looks. This being a pack-in title for the longest time is what made this console as popular as it was. It was hard to find someone who didn't own a Wii growing up, and it's hard to say if the Wii would be half as popular as it was if it wasn't included. Nintendo rarely goes down the route of pack-in titles. Usually they go the I'm putting all of my chips on black and I really hope this hits route. When a new Nintendo console comes out, they always have one game, but that one game they are banking on having enough appeal and hype that once you see it for the first time, you're already sold on the console. The Nintendo 64 launched with a limited selection of games. In fact, in North America, it launched with 2 games. Pilotwings 64. This game is neat, it's got some groovy songs, it's fun for a couple of hours, but it's not breaking records or swinging the masses. And then there was Mario 64. Oh my god, Mario 64 is the launch titles to end all launch titles. It's hard to imagine any human being able to put their eyes on this game and not being at least tempted to try it out. It's bright, it's flashy. At the time, it was a brand new experience seeing Mario move around in the 3rd dimension. If you bought an N64 at any point in its life, it was a no-brainer game to pick up. They showed up with 2 games, and this more than carried the console on its back. I was not alive to experience this. My big Mario 64 moment in my life was Super Mario Odyssey. One random day at my local mall, Nintendo had rented out the common space to show off the brand new Nintendo Switch. I knew I would buy it at some point. Breath of the Wild was their big launch title gambit, and it definitely paid off, but I was perfectly content with playing through it on my Wii U at the time. But they also had a playable demo of Mario Odyssey, and as soon as my playtime was up, I immediately had my mom bring me home. I grabbed a bunch of stuff from my game shelf, went to GameStop, traded it all in just so I could buy a Switch. I don't know if there's ever been a PlayStation console to come out and feel like a compulsive urge to buy one. It's always like at some random point in my life they announce something that will eventually make me break. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I hadn't had a single urge to buy a PS4 its entire life until this game came out, and it looked so good that I caved and I bought one in the year of 2020. Looking back, not my best investment, but in the moment, that game was absolutely worth every penny I invested into being able to play it. It's so easy to point at the best-selling game of a console and talk about how it made people want to buy a console to play it. Yeah, why else did we all buy a Switch 2 week 1? We were all in the same headspace on that one. Let's get weird. I wanted a 3DS so bad, and a really large factor of that was Rayman 3D. Now, why did a 10-year-old boy think about Rayman 3D every single day during the month of December? I played a demo of the very first level on a first-generation iPod Touch probably more times than I would like to answer for. There was something about the energy of this first jungle level that made me want to play it more, and the easiest way for me to do that was to buy the port on my 3DS. And that year for Christmas, when I finally got my 3DS, I did not get a copy of Rayman 3D, but instead Combat of Giants Dinosaurs 3D. Thanks, Grandma. And to this day, I still have not played Rayman 3D, but without the excitement of seeing that game and knowing I'd have the chance to see past level 1, I'm not sure I would have asked for a 3DS that year, so in my mind, it sold me on the console. I'm sure you can think of a moment in time that for one reason or another you wanted a game so bad it had that effect. My brother wanted a 3DS to play Sims 3. My mom bought herself a DSi when they came out so she could play Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader and Deal or No Deal.
You made a great deal.
And after a week of owning it, I stole it from her room and I still haven't given it back. I sold every single DS and 3DS game I own just so I could buy the new 3DS XL when it released so I could finally play Xenoblade Chronicles. And not 4 months later, I'm still super salty about this. The worst part of all is the 3DS port sucks. It's borderline unplayable. Maybe when you saw that trailer for Metal Gear Solid 2, it sold you on a PS2. Maybe it was Spider-Man 2. I don't know. If you have a funny one you want to share, please let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye.